Hey, what's going on again on this Sunday, Vol Nation? This is Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Appreciate you guys who tuned in on the Tennessee versus Austin P post game show there just a few minutes ago. We wrapped that one up, but as I got out and was looking around, I was looking at a few different things to possibly do some content on, and I saw one that I thought was, pretty big in my opinion on it, especially a big talking point after last night was the wide receiver play of Tennessee. How are they going to get better? Well, to me, one of the most important, not if not, I wouldn't say the most important, but one of the top recruits, one of Tennessee's most important recruits in his class is Travis Smith Jr., wide receiver, Westlake High School in Georgia, out of Atlanta, Georgia. He was in Athens yesterday on an unofficial visit to Georgia. As far as I know, he was on everything. I haven't seen for sure that he went, but I'm assuming that he did. I know a couple of Georgia articles had him pegged to be coming into town this weekend. And Steve Wilfong on 3 Sports put out an update not too long ago on it, and it just said, and I quote, he said, I'm locked. Travis Smith Jr. told Wilfong, I'm locked in with the Vols as early enrollment is underway. That's a great sign for Tennessee. And it's one of those I've read leading up to it that I think Ryan Callahan, 24/7 Sports, is one. I've not seen what's been said on volquest.com regarding Smith visiting, but that they felt pretty good. That Tennessee still felt pretty good, pretty calm about him visiting Georgia. And it seems he's come out of that as well, still firmly committed. Now, if you're taking visit, does he take another visit down there? That'll be what's interesting down the stretch if he does that as well. Now, if that happens, then you might have a little bit to worry about at that point. But if it's he went last night, who's to say he didn't go to watch Tennessee? I mean, I don't know. Anytime a recruit is visiting or one of your commits is visiting another school, to me, it's not a good thing. But at the same time, maybe he also saw, maybe it worked out in Tennessee's favor. He's like, hey, I can come in and make a difference here. And speaking of that, the video, I like to look at his video because it shows what Tennessee's getting in Travis Smith Jr. So if we look at this was from 2 months ago where he went for 9 receptions, 267 yards in the game. Well, look right here what we're seeing. A guy who can, let me back this up because I'd already started a little bit. But here you go. He's out on the left. Well, what do you know? A guy who can, he's up here at the top, right up here. There's the long ball through. He burns his dude, shakes off the tackle, gets to the end zone for a touchdown. What do you know? Could Tennessee use that right now? Absolutely. They absolutely need something like that because they've just, I mean, here you go. He takes a screen, at least 10 yards, 15 yards on it. Here he is again on it. The guy backs off a little bit. It doesn't matter. He just blows right by the dude, leaves him sitting. And you got to think, too, Travis Smith Jr. is a pretty big dude, too. He, depending on what you look at, on 3 has him 6'3", 200 pounds. 24/7 has him 6'3 and a half, 199. So not a big discrepancy right there by any means. But that is a guy to me that obviously Tennessee needs in the fold. Tennessee needs playmakers at wide receiver. They don't have them right now. They don't have them. Brew McCoy, Dante Thornton, I mean, they're fine, but they're not really game changers. They're just not. Chris Brazzell, we heard all about how well he was going to fit in the system and stuff. Other than that great catch he had against Alabama, he's had his moments, but I think it's been, I hate to use the word disappointing, but I don't think he's kind of lived up to what we thought he would do. We've heard all about, there's the urban legend at this point of Mike Matthews. I saw he got 6 snaps last night. He's not getting it thrown to. I don't know if that's on the coaches. I don't know if it's on Nico or who it is, but the fact that who are we seeing? And we've talked about this with these receivers. Why are these receivers leaving their feet so much? That's not good. Squirrel White, I think if they handed the ball off, he would dive in the air to get the handoff. I don't get what's going on with that. But Tennessee needs playmakers, and they need them in a bad way. And to me, on this Sunday, after last night, a lot of people are down today. They've talked about Josh Heupel was really down, and he should be. After last night, the team's got to be. But to me, this is a really good sign and some really good news for Tennessee today that Travis Smith Jr. took that visit, watched Georgia, had to be a good environment last night, but he comes out and says, I'm locked in, and he's getting ready for early enrollment, which means he'll be ready for spring practice. And that's what I love about the early enrollment. And I'm not sure everybody that's on that list. I need to figure that out and make a separate video as to who the early enrollees will be. But that's kind of mind-blowing to me, too. They had so many early enrollees last year. Hardly none of them are playing. Normally, you get to go through that spring practice. You can make some difference, get in the rotation. But I don't know if his staff is just reluctant to play freshmen or what. I mean, you see Peyton Lewis and Boo Carter's getting the most playing time out of the freshmen. Peyton Lewis is getting a little bit more time. But other than that, it's really no one. I mean, none of your tight ends are freshmen. Mike Matthews is getting very little time. I mean, he gets a little, but not much. No offensive lineman, of course, which next year, if David Sanders Jr. is not the starter from day one, I'll be shocked. On the defense, there's not any freshmen really making any difference anywhere other than Boo Carter that I can think of. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody. Leave me a comment if I've forgotten somebody along the way here as well. But good news to me. It's not all doom and gloom on this Sunday. And, the season's not over either. Tennessee has a real shot to go 10-2. If they show up in Nashville in 2 weeks pouting around, Vandy will put them out of the playoffs for sure. But I think Tennessee has a real good shot to go 10-2. Get a little bit of help, and I think you've got a case to get in. ESPN still has their percentage at 66% to get in right now. If that is indeed true, I think the Vols will have a shot at it. We need some things to happen. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. What Tennessee needs to happen is we'll be live at 8 o'clock tomorrow night talking. I want to bring you a little bit of good news on this Sunday. Like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. There are still good things happening on Rocky Top. I think good news coming for the Lady Vols tomorrow. If you're a Lady Vols fan, make sure you check that out. Lauren Hurst announces. I saw it 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'll release something right after she makes her commitment, if she commits to the Lady Vols, which I saw Talia Goodman on 3 logged a prediction for it today. I've been told by somebody I trust as well that somebody they've talked to that's close to the situation feels pretty good about it also. So hopefully that continues and finishes off tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your evening. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Last but most certainly not least, go Vols.